Hey everyone, Horror Hottie here. Today I decided to rank every film in the Scream franchise in honor of Scream 6 being released this month. I have undergone the task of pitting every single one against each other in this ranking. Obviously, spoilers are ahead, so proceed with caution. All timestamps will be included, so if there's a film you don't want spoiled, simply skip ahead to the next film in the lineup. For reference, I use a 5-point rating system. Number 6, Scream 5, 1.5 stars. I'm glad she was smart enough to look up Ghostface questions on her phone. Okay, it was kind of funny how the locks kept switching from on and off, although that may have just been unintentionally funny. Ghostface looks especially good with the police lights shining on his mask. I always love a good power suit. I like how this makes it known that mental illnesses do transfer from parent to child. That's one reason I won't be having any children through birth. I do not like Jenna Ortega. Wow, the older sister shouldn't feel bad in the slightest that she unintentionally let her father know that her mother cheated on him. She didn't break up her family, her mother's action did. It wasn't a joint effort in any capacity, it was 100% on the cheating mother. This also resulted in her turning to drugs. Cheating makes you a deplorable person and has real consequences. She got exactly what she deserved. This dialogue was cringy at times. Pro tip, people: don't have sex with people while they're on any substance, including alcohol. People cannot consent under the influence. Why did Samantha think her sister was the killer? You know, the one who was attacked in her home and stabbed like 7 times? She was hospitalized and you've seen her wounds. Imagine being cheated on with a high schooler. That would legitimately be my last straw. I would murder both of them. At a party, he makes a big deal of saying hi to Gen Z. She calls herself a kid. He's a decade older than her. So disgusting. Fuck pedophiles. I hate how sloppy the Ghostface killers are in this one. They left multiple people alive after attacking them. I was hoping the twins would be the killers. That would be way better. Number 5, Scream 2, 3 stars. Damn, they got a good deal. Free tickets and a free Ghostface fit. I love how Ghostface sneakily comes in back to the theater. I love Sydney's new haircut here. Ooh, love the backhand to the reporter. I always appreciate a good encore. The way I would immediately say yes if someone asked me if I wanted to die tonight. The scene where the guy was searching around for phones trying to see who was calling him was brilliant. I like how the reporter got a taste of her own medicine by being harassed by the other reporters. Ghostface drives like me. To clarify, I cannot drive. I love that we actually got to meet the person wrongly accused in the first film. I'm happy he got justice. Damn, this one was even worse with the throwback to the opening scene in the original. She was popping popcorn unattended while she was about to get in the shower, a recipe for disaster. Damn, this movie crowd is horrible. Nothing happening on that screen was that exciting. It's a brand new movie too. It's not like a Rocky Horror Picture Show viewing where the film is decades old and everyone in the audience has already seen it and are just extreme fans acting out the film with other people who appreciate it. Hell, even they can get a bit extreme, leaving a theater a mess and a poor worker has to deal with it. Right away, this film is a noticeable step down from the original. It sucks that Sydney faces so much harassment. When Ghostface tried scraping the blood off the knife and failed miserably, I'm dead. Who says, "There's cops everywhere," with a smile on their face? I hate how dramatic they were being when Ghostface was knocked out in a car with them. Number 4, Scream 4, 4 stars. I love how unhinged Ghostface is in this one. This had the best lines yet. I appreciate the Final Destination mention. I also loved that series and did a YouTube video ranking all of the films and a Patreon video ranking all of the deaths. Sydney kicking Ghostface in the face? Hell yeah. This had my favorite Ghostface yet. It's so tacky and in poor taste to hang up a bunch of Ghostface props around the town on the anniversary of the event. It reminds me of those TikTokers who do cosplays of Jeffrey Dahmer and such. I hate Emma Roberts. And that weird-ass cop glorifying trauma bonding. I would eat her lemon squares though, not gonna lie. I wouldn't put it past a pig to try and be a homewrecker. It's so funny that the audience is saying shit like, "Don't answer it," in a response to a film marathon in which they already know what happens. It's predetermined regardless. Honestly, I didn't like the ending here. Number 3, Scream 6, 4 stars. I loved that her friends looked out for her at the party. It's impossible to consent under the influence of alcohol. I will always love a good punch to Gale Withers. Fuck her. The whiteboard detailing all of the previous Ghostfaces was cool. Asking Ghostface to hold please was so fucking funny, oh my god. I love the train scene with all the different horror icons, the Babadook costume probably being my favorite. We finally got to see two Ghostface attacking a victim in the same shot. I volunteer to take on two Ghostface at the same time, if you know what I mean. Stabbing someone with the same knife they were stabbed with before a year prior, brutal. The thing I like about Samantha is that when she goes at a murder, she is dedicated. She will always stab her victims a fuck ton of times. And once again, I do not like Jenna Ortega. Honestly, I don't like the relationship between Tara and Chad. It just feels like he's bouncing around the group. He's a homie hopper. I was sad Gale lived. Again. Dewey was the fan favorite. Excuse me? In what world? I hated him. It pissed me off how the sisters wouldn't get out of the way of the paramedics trying to save her life. It was pretty hypocritical that the literal whore was calling her victims out as an insult when they weren't, and by definition, she is. I don't know why this family cares so much about their deceased cheater pedophile relative. I would disown him and be happy he died, not avenge him. I hate how sloppy they've made Ghostface in the last two films. I also don't think firearms suit Ghostface. Although this is a special case, as he is made up of cops this time around. Close-range weapons are the way to go. Number 2, Scream 3, 4 stars. I couldn't help but imagine Ghostface kicking his feet and twirling his hair during that first phone call flirting with Cotton. He's so baby girl. I like the irony in this one. The golden retriever! So cute. It's awesome that Sydney went into the career she did. I'm proud of her. She's so strong. I'm glad this film showed the very real effects of PTSD in a way that's easy for the audience to understand. I need someone to practice reading lines from Scream movies with me, too. I love how these films always have good humor included. I love how this developed Ghostface's character, especially his thing with voices. I love how Ghostface really gets into your head. I was fully expecting and hoping for the detective to be Ghostface in this one. But what is up with the continuous theme of cheating in these movies? And those yee-yee-ass bangs are atrocious! Number 1, Scream, 4 stars. I love how this just jumps into the action. What an opening sequence. I was so excited. Casey is so fine. I can see why he was interested in her. Ooh, love that second trick question during the horror film questioning. Shit. If Ghostface wanted to see my insides, immediately yes. He is so goddamn fine. I was so bricked up watching this movie, it's not even funny. I'm a huge Ghostface simp. For clarification, I have a multitude of mental illnesses. This is not normal behavior. I love his outfit, so sexy. One great thing about him is that it can be literally anyone under the mask. When I play Dead by Daylight and I see Ghostface creeping around, bro, bricked up. He can stab me any day. We've reached critical levels of thirst. Damn, hanging her body for her parents to find? Brutal. And the soundtrack is yes. If my partner doesn't stalk me and chase me throughout the house, then I don't want them. Sydney punching that crazy-ass reporter in the face was the best. This has some funny moments. Shaggy looks different here. This film has great rewatch value, and an adorable cat. Damn, Tatum knows how to fight for real. Did y'all see the way she flipped over the killer? You go, girl. I hope more women learn to have her fighting spirit. It was just unfortunate circumstances that she died. Even using the beer bottle is atta girl. This is a really good mystery. I like the reveal. It's very unexpected the first time you watch it. I like the dynamic between the killers. I love how Sydney switched it up on them. It's interesting how in the beginning it's mentioned how the A Nightmare on Elm Street film sucked after the first one. Wes Craven directed Scream and the two best Freddy Krueger films at the time of release, the original and New Nightmare. New Nightmare is the best in the entire series, with the original a couple places behind. So she was right when she said that, for the most part. Love the self-promo. Why was she trying to lie about having a boyfriend? Was she planning to cheat or something? The popcorn burning pissed me off. Why did I immediately know as soon as he said, "We'll stick to over-the-clothes stuff," that he would try to escalate? You are very stupid if you think the person who cheated with you won't cheat on you. I didn't like the inclusion of the deceased mother being raped. That one pig especially was goofy as hell. The reporter really reminded me of the type of people who take true crime too far. The student running through the halls at Sydney wearing the outfit of the person who attacked her not even 24 hours before? He attacked her! What the actual fuck was going through their minds? I'm glad they were expelled. It was exactly the appropriate response. These students are awful. These insensitivities made me like a film I really love less. Where was Sydney's fighting spirit when those two ignorant bitches were talking about her and her mom like that? Why is Sydney so worried about choosing not to have sex? She's 17, that's very normal. Especially if she's still intensely suffering from PTSD after what happened to her mother. Underage drinking is included, sadly. Why did Sydney kick down that fence as if jumping over it would have been too hard? What did you think of my list? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you want to read my full reviews, check out my Letterboxd linked below. I'm also interested in your rankings, so be sure to list them, or even just your favorite and why you like it. I also have a Patreon exclusive video ranking each of the specific Ghostface killers for each film. Leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell for more rankings as well as other content. If you'd like to support my content financially, please consider becoming a patron. I have tiers starting as low as $2 a month. Check out the list in the description for more info on exclusive perks. Until next time, mwah.